For in-house counsel, now I am getting into the roadmap. Okay, for in-house counsel roles with MNCs, what do you need? Okay, you need, I'm just going to reload my presentation quickly so that all the updates are there. Working knowledge of various aspects of commercial law, whether it is drafting a contract, reviewing a contract, okay, understanding how disputes are resolved or how investments work. Okay, if you are thinking that, if you want to think of 4 things that I should know, it's simple. If you can draft a contract from scratch today, all the senior most in-house counsels tell me that it's a really valuable skill to be able to draft a contract from scratch without a template. That's step 1. Second, reviewing contracts from your client's perspective, even if they are international. Okay, whether there is US, UK, UAE, any country's law, doesn't matter. Okay, from draft, then so the reviewing part, then how disputes are resolved, because every contract is only workable on 2 conditions. The contract should have clear terms, and second, there should be a way to enforce it, right? And all business is going to rely on only these 2 things: the contract, and if the other side doesn't follow it, then resolving the disputes, right? So you need to know how the disputes are resolved in those countries. And if the business is growing, it is going to keep raising investments, right? So are you able to figure this out? Like drafting, reviewing, it's all tied in, and 4 simple things. Second, you got to have this across jurisdictions. Until today, what were we doing? Indian lawyer is saying, I'm going to be doing this in India. UK lawyer is saying, I can do this in UK. And for Indian law advice, I need to give it to someone else. No, now this is going to change. You need to have this across jurisdictions. You saw all these job descriptions. They don't even require you to be licensed to practice there, right? So you want to be looked at as an employee in whom a company can invest. Okay, remember talking about in-house counsel jobs. For freelance also, I'll come. 3, you need to know not only what the law is, but how it is implemented at the last mile. Okay, for example, if you know IP and you know contracts, it's useless if you don't know how it works across jurisdictions. Okay, do you know about Bentley cars? How many of you know about Bentley cars? Recently, what happened? There were Bentley cars also. Bentley was making clothes. Okay, and Bentley was making clothes and selling in the UK. There was another company which said, hey, I had this name of Bentley clothing, I had this brand, and I was doing this before you ever got into clothing. You were just making cars at that time. How the hell are you making clothes now? And that company won. Okay, now imagine this is going to always keep happening with Indian startups or startups going international. One company getting into another business, a cheaper competitor springing up from another part of the world or locally, and you will have to keep enforcing IP and contracts all the time. So if you know a section of the Contract Act, you know a section of Copyright Act, is that going to work across jurisdictions? How will you implement it? Your CEO, your board will say, we need to get this stopped in the next 72 hours. What can you do? What will you say? What will you say when they say that, hey, you've got this company and we've got a $10 million turnover in the US, and there's this cheaper competitor which has sprung up. They have operations in Indonesia. They are taking away they have a similar brand name they have chosen because they want to get our market very fast. And every month we are missing targets by 20%, 30% because it's all going to this cheaper competitor. What are you going to do? Okay, that's what the question is going to look like. They're not going to ask you which section of which act allows you to do what. Did you get the difference? You should have soft skills, ability to communicate clearly and effectively. By the way, this is a top secret. A lot of your ability to communicate is based on your knowledge of ifs and buts. If this happens, then what will happen? If this happens, then what will happen? Okay, so that you can make it simple for the other person to understand it, right? If you can simplify the work, if you can simplify what you're saying, that's going to help the other side. That's a lot of times a function of how much your knowledge is, how comfortable you are, how much practice you have with this. Okay. Of course, then you got to practice that communication. You should have the right soft skills. You should be able to communicate right well. Okay. And you should be able to be trusted to work with senior people. You might just be a lawyer with 2 years experience. You may be a litigator somewhere. You may be a law student, but it doesn't matter. If you have all the earlier aspects, we said, no, the knowledge across jurisdiction of contracts, disputes, practical implementation and communication skills, this is what will enable people to trust you without worrying about, what is your age, what is your seniority, what is your experience. You will get to that. 5, you need to have some experience in cross jurisdictional work. Okay, we'll tell you how to get that. If you are able to do this today, a lot of this work is available online. Okay, you just need to learn how to do this. Yesterday we gave you an example of a student who has secured 150 projects for international clients across 35 different countries with average gig amount of $100 per gig. What is a gig? Average project amount of $100. Okay, can you imagine the earnings he'd have had? In 3 months he did that after taking up a course with us which teaches him international IP prosecution enforcement work. Okay, so can you imagine the amount of work, the amount of earning he'd have had? 150 projects. It's not even been 90 days since January. Okay, if you're able to do this, your profile will stand out and there's no looking back. Okay, you get 10 projects also, your profile will start to stand out in a very, very unique way. Building a track record one way or the other is really important, and it's the most important thing. Nothing else counts. Your top rank, your parents being in powerful positions, your relatives being working in law firms, all of that does not matter. Okay, he began by learning the skills. For a month he learned the skills, took help of our course anchor Abhishek Parikh, made his Upwork profile, started creating his profile there, built his website also, then built his profile on people per hour and other platforms, and he started getting work. And then he decided, let me also get some direct work, so he could directly get that work through LinkedIn. Okay, so he learned those skills with which he could do that work. Okay, it didn't come without the skills. He said, I learned the international IP work, I learned a little bit of data protection, I learned the international contracts which you taught us, and then I do this work. So it's skill, it's track record, and it's your outreach or your network. Okay, you're not born with a network, so don't worry about I don't have a network. Doesn't matter. The first word, the outreach, is the important one. Okay, so skill, track record, outreach or not network is going to give you the success in whatever you want.